What's up, everyone? This is part 5 of the event marketing series. In this episode, I'm just going to be analysing the progress of the event marketing and just going to be running a few more campaigns. So I'm just going to jump straight in. It's currently 14th of January, so 10 days in. We've currently sold 300 tickets, spent around £564 on advertising, which has turned into about £1,500 in ticket revenue. So these are the campaigns. This is what I've got to so far. So yeah, £564 spent. A lot of that was spent on the event response adverts to get the events, get the awareness out there for the first week, so a lot of people know it's happening. It gets a lot of engagement, and then a lot of the event responses that follow are quite organic. As well as that, I've been doing just a reach post. So as you can see, the frequency on a reach post, the objective is just to show it to people once a week. So instead of these ones where it's showing an advert, 3 times to somebody, 4 times to somebody, in a hope that they'll eventually click. This is just raises awareness, and it gets your impressions in front of as many people. It might not appear as high in the news feed, but it's, if people have seen it, then they've registered it's happening, and then they know that TripAvisions is occurring. So I'm just going to look at the events. So at the moment, church event is on. 1.3k interested, 107 going. It's had some good stats, reached 37,000 people, 390 ticket clicks, and then it shows you the audience. The second birthday gorilla event is 29 going, 703 interested. This one's going to prove a bit more difficult because it is a Wednesday, so it's going to be mostly student market, and it will be I anticipate a lot of the sales will be on the day from sports societies and other people that have decided to sack off uni on a Thursday. And then Invisible Wins, 71 going, 978 interested. So it's all doing pretty well at the moment. We're still 7 weeks, I believe, till the first one, maybe just over 7 weeks. But the reach post that I mentioned, that was so I posted this out on the page, just a nice bit of text and 4 of the pretty good photos. Boosted that out, and that got quite a lot of engagement. So it got 15, it's nearly 60 likes, 26 comments. I think that's 26 comments plus all the replies. I'm not sure, quite a lot of comments, and then some shares as well. So that's converted into a bit of ticket sales and a few more event responses. But the next stage is we're just going to analyse the current sales, so to see what sort of audience are actually buying tickets. I'm going to start some retargeting ads, and then I'm going to run some quite small budget Snapchat campaigns as well. And just a quick tip to increase your page likes on Facebook. And if you do a post like this and it gets engagement, every time someone likes it, if you just click on the people that have liked it, and you can do this on mobile as well, you can just invite each of these people personally, and it ends up with a lot more Facebook likes than you would normally get. So that's just a little tip. What I'm going to do is just jump into the what's it called? The orders pinpoint map for each of the events so far on Skiddle, just to see where people are buying tickets. So this is the Leeds event. So you can see there's a big concentration around Hyde Park and Headingley. This is where the majority of the students actually live. So you can understand why that's showing up. So we're getting some people from the outskirts as well, which is quite interesting. And then you can also see we might be getting, these people are probably people that live in Leeds, and this is probably their home address. But some of them do. Maybe some people from Doncaster will travel up on the weekend. From all the little towns, Huddersfield might travel to Leeds. So it's worth considering advertising to those people as well. For the Manchester one, as I said, it's mostly students. So you can see on the map, quite darted around. But It's quite a handful down in Fallowfield, and then over here, this is where the Manchester Metropolitan University campus and a lot of the halls are. So these are the areas that would be worth targeting. Fallowfield, Victoria Park, and then up by Hume and close to the city centre. And with Liverpool, same sort of spread. So because it's a weekend, you'll be getting people that travel in. But this little spread here, this is the student area. So Sefton Park, Fairfield, near the Baltic Triangle. So that's where a lot of the students actually live. So that's where we'll micro target in for some of the adverts. Just looking at the gender spread, it is a reputation with TripAdvisions that we do attract a lot of females. It's normally a high percentage, maybe 60-40 or 55-45 in terms of females for each event, and they're the ones that normally tend to purchase the early bird tickets. So you can see the Leeds event is quite high percentages of females. Same with, this is the March event in Manchester, and then the Gorilla event, the last event in Liverpool, the Invisible Wind event. So you can see females tend to purchase early bird, so that's what I'll be considering when running a few of the adverts in this little episode. So I'm just going to close all those. And so these are the ads. So what I'm going to do is jump in on just creating some audiences for retargeting. So I'm going to jump into Ads Manager, go to the audience section, create an audience. I'm going to be creating a few custom audiences on the engagement, and then we're going to click event. So we're going to do people. So if we go to TripAdvisions, we're going to do people that have clicked interested in the last 365 days. I'm also going to do people that have engaged with tickets. So I think that'll be if they've clicked the ticket link. So I'm going to see how that works. So we'll create that, and we'll do church interested. Actually, I'll just call it Church March 19 interested plus ticket engagement. So we'll create that one, and then we'll do the same for Gorilla. So interested. And we'll do include more, and we'll do the same for the ticket link. People who have engaged with tickets. So we'll do the same there. So that's Gorilla, March 19, interested, and tickets. And then the final one, Invisible Wind, engagement, events, Invisible Wind Factory. Oh, actually, no, I'll just hit TripAdvisions on the TripAdvisions page. So people who responded interested to this event, and then same again with the tickets. It normally messes up here. I'm just going to save that at the moment. Visible Winds, March 19, interested. So for these, to retarget, these sort of ads that I'm going to be doing are full screen vertical ads. This is because I'm going to be running the same advert from in Instagram stories and Snapchat. So this is what the ads actually look like. So it's a nice full screen image. I tend to use images over videos because people tend to actually just stop for a second, read it, and then decide whether they want to engage with it, rather than them potentially skipping through the video without watching 10 seconds. So these are just, a variation of dates. And these work well because at the moment a lot of people's attention is actually on Instagram stories. I heard a statistic from a social podcast about that Instagram stories have 9 times more engagement than newsfeed posts ever did. So it's going to be where a lot of people's attentions will be in the near future. So I've created the audiences. Now I'm just going to go into Ads Manager, create a new campaign. And because these audiences are only around, there'll be 1,000 people. So you only really need to spend. But I'll just put £10 on each one because the cost per 1,000 people is probably around that mark. For Facebook, it's anywhere from £5 to £20 per 1,000 people reached, depending on how many other advertisers are trying to reach those people, as it's just a bidding war. And with Snapchat, it's roughly I'll show you some statistics. So Snapchat, I'm getting roughly £2.10 per 1,000 impressions. So Snapchat's really good. We're getting around anywhere from 16p to 25p per swipe up. So if you're selling a ticket for £10, if you can convert one in 50 people that swipe up to buy a ticket, then you're going to be making profit, or at least breaking even. So it's a pretty effective strategy. So campaign, this is going to be March retargeting campaign Instagram number 1. So it's going to be post engagement. So I'm going to be creating multiple ad sets. So audience. Actually, no. I'm going to create them as just new at the moment, and I'm going to duplicate them afterwards. So we'll put in the custom audience, which will be. I'll just type in March. So church March. Interested plus ticket engagement. I'm just going to keep it on UK and just put the age down to 25 because it's only a small audience. So I want to be targeting everyone that actually engaged. Placements, we're going to go to just Instagram stories, and then I'm just going to do a lifetime budget of £10. I'm just going to run that for. So today's Monday, so we're going to run that till tomorrow night. I assume everybody, 99% of people will be checking Instagram once between now and tomorrow night. So post engagement, run ads all the time. Hit continue, and then format. So we're going to do it from TripPivision's Instagram. So it's going to be a single image. You upload the image from here. So this is church, and then text. We won't be adding any text. Call to action will be we'll do a learn more button. No button. Learn more. See, as you can see, the learn more actually goes over the swipe up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to re-edit these quickly, and then I'm going to re-edit so the text is a bit higher. I'm just going to pause this and I'll be back in a moment. Right then, I'm back. So I've just edited the image so the text is above the learn more button, so that looks a lot cleaner. Another thing to consider, so this is going to be link straight to the ticket site, and with Skiddle you actually have something that's called campaign tracking. There's a good article if you just Google campaign tracking Skiddle, and it just means adding a little parameter on the end of your event link, and then you'll be able to track. So when you go and manage event, go to campaign stats, and you'll be able to track the the sales from each campaign tag. So I'm going to do some campaign tracking for the retargeting and then for this Snapchat campaign as well, and come back to analyse that in the future. So I'm just going to continue finishing this ad up. So what you need is the long form URL. So you just go to the Skiddle page, and then it's just this URL. So just take that, plop it into the URL, and on the end just put SK campaign equals, and I'm just going to call it Instagram. So that'll mean when that comes up, then this should be campaign tag Instagram, and it will show me, if any, how many sales were attributed to that URL. SK campaign equals Instagram. Yep. So that's all fine. And then if you copy that, you'll see it. It'll take you to the page. So now that that's sorted, I'm just going to click confirm, and then that ad is set up. And then the next thing to do is just duplicate that for the other two events, and then we'll move on to Snapchat. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rename this as well once it's uploaded. So I'll rename that to church. I'll just call it church int, and then the ad. I'm just going to call that church swipe up. So once that's published, I'm going to create 2 duplicates of this one. So if you just tick it, go to duplicate, and then number of copies, we're just going to duplicate 2, and then we'll go in and edit these separately. So this is the first one, so this will be, let's call it Gorilla Int, £10 again. Change this to the Gorilla interested plus tickets. Everything's the same there, and then we'll go into the ads and we'll change the actual ad. So change image. Actually, yeah, that's it. It's just a little slow. So upload, and we'll upload the Gorilla Instagram. That's the one. So we'll wait for that to upload. Anytime now. There we go. So hit continue, and then make sure to change the URL as well, and we'll just put it in there. So the SK campaign is the same, and we'll just make sure to change the name as well. Gorilla swipe up. So Wednesday the 13th of March, Gorilla Manchester, final early bird tickets. So we'll publish that one. And once that's done, we'll just do the same with the Invisible Wind one, and then we'll move over to Snapchat and do some similar ads. So I'm just going to double check that that all saved. Yep, so that's all fine. So then we'll do the same with Invisible Wind Factory. £10. Same again, March. And then we'll go to the ad again. IWF swipe up. Change the image to the IWF Instagram. See, with your portrait flyer, you're going to want something quite visual. Otherwise, people will just click through. So this actually grabs people's attention because of the colours. And we will we will see how well it does. So then we'll put the final link in. Preview URL, let's make sure everything's working. Perfect. So now we hit publish. And that will be the Facebook campaigns set up for now. And just a little trick, if you do want to, on my previous campaign, this March launch post campaign, if you do want to create a reach post, you'll probably get less engagement, but you'll have your ad served in front of, it'll be like 3 times as many people rather than the same person 3 times. So it depends what you're kind of going for. So you just go and create a campaign with the reach objective, and then do all the normal stuff. Create the the audience and the budget, and then when you go to identity, what you can do is single image. So use existing post. This is good if you create an ad. That'll mean that it won't appear on your page. So if you create the post first on your Facebook page, and then come down to the part where it says creative and select the post, and if you can't see your post there, sometimes they don't appear, then just go down onto your Facebook page, and what you want to do is find the post ID, and you can do that by just clicking on the date of the post and then up here in the URL. That'll be the post ID. So you just copy that and then paste it into enter post ID, and that'll appear as your ad. So that's Snapchat done. Sorry, that's Facebook done for now. Now I'm going to go over to Snapchat and create a few ads in there based on the locations of the student population. So in Snapchat, you just go to ads.snapchat, create an account, you come over to the dashboard. So it's pretty similar to Facebook, and it's very cheap because Snapchat is struggling to keep users. So it's, the cost per 1,000 impressions is pretty reasonable, and you don't have to worry about social proof. So it just serves people an advert when they're most likely to engage. And you can reach, we've reached a lot of people with campaigns. So, the last Liverpool event, on the day, you can reach 80,000 people around Liverpool. So it's pretty useful. If you've got a good campaign, if you've got a good flyer that will convert, then you should have some decent results with it. So you just go and create a new campaign. I'm going to do advanced create, and it's going to be drive traffic to website. So campaign names will be, so we'll call it March Students 1. We're going to start this today and run it until tomorrow night as well, and we'll run it till about 9 PM. Daily spend cap, we're going to put that on we'll put it on £15. With Snapchat, we'll put it on £50 then. Lifetime spend cap, what was that, 15? Spend cap must be £50, fair enough. Lifetime spend cap, we'll put each one on, put it on 50 as well. So we go straight into build the ad sets. So we create a few ad sets. The first one will be, so we'll do leads, students, location. So we'll go on the map and just type in leads. And what we're going to want to do is just bin that for now, and we want to just drop. We're just going to drop a few pointers down as where we actually want it to be. So I'm just do some 1 kilometre radius. So we'll do there. We'll drop down in heading for 2 kilometres as well. And then we'll do age will be 18 to 20 for Snapchat. So you see that's 18,000 people. So daily budget, we're just going to set that as £10, 15. We'll do it as £15 for each one. That's a daily budget must be. No, we'll do 50 then. It will only spend it once. It'll only reach people once, so it won't spend £50. But we'll keep an eye on it anyway. And then we're gonna. So that's one ad set. We're gonna duplicate that and do this. We'll call this one Manchester students. We'll delete these two. We'll zoom out of Leeds. We'll go west a bit to Manchester, and then we're gonna drop a few pins. So we'll do Fallowfield, 1 kilometre. We'll do Rusholme, Victoria Park, 1 kilometre. Then we're going to do the top of Hume where Man Met is for another kilometre, and that'll be a decent audience. Don't know why it's only showing up as 1,000 people. Yeah, I think that's just a bug. That'll probably fix itself. And then we're going to duplicate again and do the same for Liverpool. So we will delete these. And we'll go to Liverpool. I'll just zoom in actually. So we know that the Liverpool students are around this location. So we'll do 2 kilometres, and then we'll do 3 kilometres there, and that should get most of the Liverpool students. And we'll do 18 to 25 again. No, sorry, 18 to 20, and all good. So we're going to build. Now we're going to build the ad sets. And what we're going to do is, the first one is going to be Leeds. So we'll do Leeds swipe up. Brand name will be Jupiter Visions, and it will be 23rd March at Invisible Wind Factory. I'll just do Invisible Wind. Shareable, enabled, and then we'll just upload the media. So we're going to use that one, and sorry, this is the Leeds one, 8th of March, church. Call to action will be buy tickets, website URL will be the same, and we'll set up the campaign tracking as well. So SK campaign equals Snapchat 1, we'll do it. And this is what the ad will actually look like. So it's very visual. People will see that while exploring on Snapchat, or they'll be looking at their friends' stories. Impression tags, swipe tags, and that's fine. That's the Leeds one done. And then what we'll do is duplicate that twice. So the Leeds swipe up. This will be Manchester swipe up. We will upload the Gorilla advert, and we will put on the Gorilla URL. So Chippy Visions, 13th March, Gorilla. And this will be just the Manchester students. And then the last one will be Liverpool. And this will be 23rd of March, Invisible Wind. And we'll upload the Invisible Wind one. And then the URL again. And that will run just to the Liverpool students. So that's pretty much all the ads set up for now. Let's just double check everything. That's fine. Manchester swipe up. That's fine. So everything's looking good. We'll go to review and publish now. Making sure that everything's fine. So we'll publish the campaign, and that'll be it. So we're going to leave that for now. That'll be the end of this video. Hopefully there's some useful stuff in there. But we'll come back to evaluate in probably 3 days. See how the ads performed. See how we're looking, and then go from there. So thank you for watching again, and see you in the next one.